Geohar3 here, wander in the woods, messing in the mud. This is my wander in the woods version. Out here grilling prime rib steak that had on sale at Walmart, and I got a mixture of applewood and mesquite on this bad boy, and this is looking pretty good. About 26 degrees out here. Got a little propane heater, and of course a little bit of heat coming off of the grill makes it a little comfortable. What I did a few days ago, I tried to run another power line in here and actually blew out my electrical system. Let's see. Just walked over here to get the exact temp, and it looked like we're showing about 24, yeah, just below 25 degrees out here. Got my water stores and everything. I got a nice size agricultural tank that works as my backup in case I need to feed directly or into the reserve. Oh, this is not frozen. Yeah, I got a fish tank heater that I put in there. I got to get up on the ball on that. I've been slouching. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out that I made that mistake and blew out the damn electrical system. But anyway, that 12-volt system controls, well, there's an inverter that controls the 12-volt system that take care of the hot water heater, the water pump, the refrigerator, and the furnace. And that 12-volt, I guess, controls the igniters on all of those items. And yes, refrigeration does work on propane for those who have been indoctrinated or have no idea. When propane leaves, here's a good example here. When propane leaves the bottle, it gets extremely cold when the pressure is released. All this is frost. And so what they do, they run the propane through the coils of the refrigerator, and just small amounts of it go through, and at the end there's a pilot light. So when that propane is coming out of the coils from the refrigerator, it's ignited, and instead of just leaching straight propane out into the environment or wherever, and then all of a sudden you can imagine all the propane built up out there, and there happened to be a spark, and that could be pretty spectacular. So anyway, those systems, the propane can't be ignited, so I can't run my refrigerator, and for some reason it must be actually running off the 12-volt system, because if you're independent from shore power, which is anywhere that you can plug in, you should be able to run your RV out in the middle of anywhere, out in the desert, or who knows, up in the mountains, so and so, and such forth and so on, rather. But anyway, that 12-volt system is very detrimental to your RV, and I'm without the 12-volt system now, so I'm waiting for the gentleman from the solar power place. Really good guy. He spent a total exhausted effort brainstorming, trying to figure out what happened and how bad I screwed things up, and called and asked me, go outside, get your voltmeter, do this, and this. Now already I'm gun shy after the light show, once I flipped the switch on this thing and found out everything was cross-wired wrong. He asked me to check these things, and they were no joy. Some of you people might know the term. They didn't work. So he couldn't understand it and says, look, I'm on the way over. And this is the owner of the company. It bothered him that bad that he came over to help out. But anyway, extremely grateful. Extremely grateful. Anyway, another night out here. Got my weather stations. There's a couple of them, actually. out in the woods. You can't see anything. Wish I had a little bit of moonlight. There's the moon in the between the trees. But wow, 5 minutes. I do talk too much. There's a lot bottled up in this old coconut. Uh, but yeah, just out here the last couple of years doing this, trying to be off the grid somewhat. I've cheated, but you know, it's quite an experience. And when things go wrong and you're banging your head against the wall and you realize, okay, this is something else I need to study up on. And working on electrical system seems to be one of those things. Let's see. Let go. That's looking good. I'm not too keen about using aluminum foil, but that's what I've got my smoking chips in. And I'm gonna rip one of these bad boys open just a little bit to see if I can increase the smokiness for the last couple minutes of it being on here. But working with aluminum foil on the grill is really not a good idea because of the aluminum breaks down and gets into your bloodstream and eventually to your brain. And they've tied this with onset Alzheimer's and dementia and other neurological conditions. So if you do barbecue, try not to use aluminum foil that often, because you see foil does burn and it becomes powdery, flaky, and all of that residue makes its way into your food during the cooking process, and it's not a very healthy thing for you in the long term. But anyway, Geohar3 here. I'm going to sign out for a moment, have me another beer, and let this finish smoking, and hopefully it comes out quite all right. Geohar3. Messing in the mud, playing in the woods. Black Lives Matter. I love you all. Happy holidays to